But yeah, that's Any Radiance 3.0. Again, huge shout outs to Italy for making this boss. And we may have won a few battles, but Italy has won the war.
A war is only won when one side submits. And as of yet, I'm not ready to submit. Both Any Radiance 1.0 and 2.0 were considered impossible. Both required skill that was beyond what was previously known to be possible. But over the years, players poured thousands of hours into defeating 1.0, beating it Radiant carefreeless, charmless, dashless, etc. And I, along with Team Guy, spent 6 months breaking 2.0 down to the bone marrow to squeeze out a win in the most unlikely of circumstances. I'm still working to tell that story. So, I want to take the torch that Team Guy and everyone who beat 1.0 has lit and pass it on to you. I want you to be the next superstar who took down the last impossible boss. So, I'm setting a bounty. Actually, I'm setting 2 bounties. I will be setting a $500 bounty to anyone who can figure out the platform phase and beat the platform phase without cheating or exploits. And I'm also setting a massive $1,000 bounty to anyone who can defeat Any Radiance 3.0. Now, on the surface, this looks insane, and I don't blame you. If you've seen the 3.0 video and the tasks recently released by Forever Yun and Cuber Knight, it makes the 2.0 tasks look like Zote compared to the Radiance. But just in the last few days, so much has already been discovered that I'm willing to put even an ounce of hope. So, here's what we got so far. A massive glitch was discovered that allowed humans to completely bypass the first phase. Basically, the beam screen does not always activate at the same time. Instead, it judges how far the knight is from the gap on the screen and gives just barely enough time for the knight to reach it. However, this video by Zera shows a fundamental flaw in the code. He BB dashes and the game detects that he's super far away from the gap, so that when he's teleported back, it gets stuck on the beam and he can clear the phase without any hits. Next up is the climb and final phase. This was done a few days after release by a player named Dead Clover. Basically, because the platforms are randomly spawning in the climb, they are not the most reliable. But we always have the beam star to keep us company. So, Dead Clover pogos the star on his way up the climb. The final phase seems to be them baiting the swords in a circular motion, getting them off screen and using the time to hit 3.0. With these all being done in the first few days, it gives me the confidence that these 3 phases can be consistently beaten. But as with 2.0, 3.0's greatest challenge is the platform phase. Currently, players can barely even stay on screen without dying instantly. The fact 3.0 is invincible to supposedly anything but the beam star is insane. However, Hornet himself has made it 4 hits out of 10 into the platform phase. Me and Neo have come up with a potential idea which is similar to 2.0's strategy. You camp the upper left side and pogo the star, avoiding the orbs until 3.0 is below you, and in which case you hit the star down to her. The orbs and swords make it debatable if this idea can even be done. But as with the first phase, there may be glitches that give us hope. Dead Clover discovered a glitch in Plats that causes the void to disappear, and the platforms to spawn very far away for some reason. The knight is able to stand on the floor since the spikes are gone, the idea being that you could hit 3.0 with the beam star from down there. Sadly, there is no currently known reason as to why this glitch happens or how to recreate it RTA. Lastly, there is also the daunting possibility of fighting 3.0 at the end of a Radiant Pantheon 5 run, and using all the lifeblood to tank the hits and plats. However, completing this will not be worth as much, since it is most certainly possible to beat 3.0 there. So, a P5 clear will warrant $500, while leaving the Hall of Gods clear and platform clear bounty untouched. That's all we got right now, and new discoveries are being made every day. So, if you want to join the bounty with a potential to win $1,000 and maybe even more, here are the rules and clarifications for each bounty. 1. You must stream your clear on Twitch, YouTube, or anywhere, but it must be done live. With how glitchy 3.0 is, we don't want to take any risk of cheaters editing footage to make it seem like they cleared or discovered a glitch. As well, any glitch discovered in a clear must be reproducible. This is because of the chance that these could be hardware issues, which are obviously not reproducible. 2. You must download the mod from Scarab. This prevents alterations to the code if you were to get it anywhere else. The one on Scarab is the only official one. 3. No third-party installations or modifications to the fight itself. You may not edit the code or download anything that changes the fight. The quality of life mod is an exception, as it does not change the fight, only makes the title screen go by faster. Other quality of life style mods, like Godseeker Plus, are acceptable while fighting 3.0. 4. You must provide a mod log. How to find this will be shown upon you claiming the bounty. 5. You must provide us with your modded list. Only mods in Scarab are allowed. 6. You must show your charm build on stream. It must be shown that you are not using any other charms to give you an unfair advantage. Now, here are some other things that both are and aren't allowed in the fight. Legacy Quick Slash or 2-notch Quick Slash will be allowed. If you don't have the file, you can simply add in another charm notch and only use it if Quick Slash is equipped to replicate Legacy Quick Slash. The 90% Carefree Melody mod, which gives you one free hit at the start of the fight, is allowed. Since you can set up Carefree to 90% outside of the Hall of Gods, this makes the mod a quality of lifestyle mod, and it doesn't alter the fight at all itself, so it's illegal. If you decide to go the R5 route, clears of the boss with all the lifeblood in the Hall of Gods will not be valid for the bounty. You will actually need to do Pantheon 5 without cheating to get it. Solving plats with all the lifeblood is not eligible for the platform reward. Lastly, I will also give the person who discovers the best trick or the most game-breaking strategy a massive shout out in the 2.0 documentary, as well as a $50 reward. This will be voted on by people in our Discord. Make sure to join the Any Radiance Discord to keep in tabs about how 3.0 progress is going, and to contribute your hat to the ring. Those are the rules if you're looking to win the bounty and take down Any Radiance 3.0. Okay, so, that's not all. Post-editing guy here. So, it's like the middle of the night. And during the editing process of this video, some major developments were made that I simply could not ignore. I want to get this video up ASAP though, so this will be quick. There were two major developments that happened over the span of me editing this together. Firstly, we were able to find the likely cause for why the platform glitch happens, and it involves the portals. So, as it turns out, portals can only teleport stuff that are smaller than the hitbox of the portal itself, like the knight, the beam star, etc. What we discovered though is that 3.0's hitbox is actually slightly smaller than that of the portal. So, if the portals and Radiance herself match up in the perfect way, it causes the code to go haywire and break the fight. Though, it's still possible to complete the fight in this state. It is still extremely RNG to get this, but nothing is stopping a human from grinding out the attempts until this happens. The second big development was that Neo beat the first phase without the use of cheesing the boss with the BV dash. JMICC discovered that if the game is paused for around 4 seconds while the sword wall is on screen, it will continue to build up speed, eventually gaining so much speed that it just passes over the knight. This works similarly to the SMB64 backwards long jump. And yes, pausing is a legal strategy. I had confirmed this with several community members back when I was fighting 2.0. However, many of you are probably wondering why I'm even bringing this up if the BV cheese exists. Well, that's mainly because I want to ask you guys what you consider to be legit for the bounty. Personally, I think the BV dash cheese for the P5 clear should be legit. If you're gonna do all of P5, I'm totally fine with giving you the bounty even if you used the BV cheese, as I would hate for a good run to die because of bad first phase RNG. However, in the Hall of Gods clear, I'm much more conflicted. So, I want to ask you guys, should the BV cheese be accepted as legit, or should you have to clear the first phase normally before going into plats to be considered legit? I'm seriously conflicted, so I want to make a poll that I hope you will respond to down in the description. I will make a follow-up video announcing the results in around a week. If you have any more questions about the bounty, please do ask me in the comments below or on the Discord server. Now back to your regularly scheduled outro. I can finally go to sleep. When I started fighting 2.0, this side of the Hollow Knight community was basically dead and mute. I had to figure out many things almost entirely on my own. But not this time. Now we have a whole group of people who will help you defeat the boss. The last impossible boss, as Italy will not be making an Any Radiance 4.0 if this gets beaten. We, the community, could finally win this 4-year-long war. So, I now pass the torch off to you. Let the community run wild in a blaze of glory one last time before Silk Song. Thank you again, everyone. Now let's give this last battle our best shot. Knowing the community, crazier shit has happened before. Oh, this is going to be fun.